gonna hold this up.
You know, the people who know me will go, yeah, amen, brother.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Repertory Company Theater's RCT360. I'm Deidre Sherm.
I'm Laura Alley.
And I'm Rachel Ratcliffe.
And ladies, this is episode 55. And keep calm and call your mom because tomorrow is Mother's Day. And we're so excited to see all of you here. We hope we have a lot of moms watching. And, I'm wearing my outnumbered boy mom shirt because I've got 3 boys, a husband, and two dogs that are both male. So it's 6-1 over here, ladies. I mean, come on, being mom is great.
Right. That's a lot of testosterone.
And sometimes it's funny. Hey, you guys have any maybe cute mom stories you could share with us?
I do. I'm not going to tell a mom story about myself. I'm going to tell a funny story about my actual mom. So when RCT was a smaller business, we would have to go to a place to get copies. You go to the copy place. And my mom, we would, she'd pick us up from school and go, I have to go pick up copies from the copy place. We always had to pick it up. And so we rode with her in our maroon Astro van and parked, and she went in and my sister and I waited in the car. And we noticed parked like a couple of spots down from us was a van very similar to ours, not an Astro van, but looked so similar and the same color. And so, my mom's in there for about 10 minutes and then she comes out and proceeds to go and get in that other van, which was not locked, and try to start it with her key. As my sister and I are 4 cars over going, Mom, we're over here. So yeah, working mom. And then another quick working mom story. There used to be a Dollar Theater in the Promenade shopping center where RCT is located. It was the Dollar Theater, which was great. And so my mom would always take us on a Saturday and drop us off. And she'd say, what time is the movie over? Tell me what time the movie's over. And we would say, okay, the movie's over at 4:50. Come get us at 4:50. My sister and I are sitting out there in the rain, and she doesn't come. And this is before cell phones. We can't call her. She's not home. We don't know where she is. She comes at 5:40. It's just a working mom, switched it. And so the Astro minivan and 5:40 are great mom memories. We laugh about those stories now because literally it's fun. And we had a great mom. And so it's just very funny stories that we love about her. So if you want to hear a little bit more about Mother's Day, we have a Happy Mother's Day clip from our fabulous actors of Camelot. Take it away.
I love that. What a very special way to celebrate mothers with our own RCT cast of Camelot. I will never not sing the word Camelot. But do you still need something special to do for your mother this weekend? I know there are some of you out there that haven't acted yet. Here are some last minute ideas that we think collectively would be perfect. How about a bunt? A nothing bunt cake, perhaps. I love them. They are so delicious. Shower mom with bunches of love or bunches of love this Mother's Day by ordering her the best mom around decorated bunt cake with a beautiful silk flower. Around, you get it? Because it's a bunt. It's got a beautiful silk flower keepsake in the middle of it. They come in lots of delicious flavors. Check it out. And if you want to get an extra and bring it to me in honor of me being a mother and having a mother, then I'm good with that too. Also, does she like a little Italiano food every now and again? How about going to Maggiano's Little Italy from North Park Center? You can treat her with a to-go order from Maggiano's. Order anything on their carry-out menu at regular price, and you get a second entree for a reduced price. And if you have ever ordered from Maggiano's before, you realize that like 2 entrees from Maggiano's will probably feed the city of Richardson for approximately 3 to 4 weeks. Delicious food and very, very full entrees. So think about that. That's a wonderful option. Or, hey, maybe we go a little bit simpler here. You know, songwriters have long been writing very touching lyrics about mothers and daughters and sons. How about making her a playlist of the best Mother's Day songs, just to remind her how very special she is and how much you appreciate her? It's what we used to do as a mixtape back in the day, but now, I guess what? You get on Spotify and Apple Tunes and you're good to go. Or, I'm still going, you could indulge her reading habit by subscribing to her favorite magazine, like a weekly or monthly magazine. My mother loves Bon Appetit. She loves Southern Living. And the bonus is that I can go to her house and take her back issues of Bon Appetit and Southern Living. So, you know, again, win-win. So that's just a few fun ideas that you still might have time to cash in on for mom. Deidre, what have you been up to with your many, many sons these days?
Well, so funny you should ask. This last week, my youngest and I, he's homeschooled, and we've been working on what I like to call the homeschool economics and entrepreneurship class that we do together. And we started a business. It's called Charlie and Dog. And one of the things that we've been doing is looking for ways to give back. So take a look at this.
Here at Charlie and Dog, we love dogs. We love people who love dogs. And we love places that help dogs find their forever homes. This week, Charlie and I visited the City of Plano Animal Services shelter. We know from experience that they're great at creating new dog families. And now that it's spring, it's puppy season, and they could really use some donations to help with that puppy food they need. When we heard that, we decided to take 5% of Charlie and Dog's grand opening day sales and donate it to the Plano Animal Shelter. So as we drop your special package in the mail, we hope you enjoy your product, and we hope you feel good knowing that your purchase helped a dog in need.
Isn't that fun?
That's so fun. And Deidre, I just want to say thank you to you and fabulous Charlie. I bought a Dog Mom t-shirt, the pink one with the V, and the necklace, and it came so fast, and I wore it, and when I put it on and wore it, my girls were like, where did you get that? And I was like, Charlie and Dog. So I just want to say thank you, and I absolutely loved it, and it was such a cute package.
Thank you so much. We are having so much fun, and we are learning so much. And as you saw in that video, Laura, you were one of our first purchases, and so 5% of what you bought went right back to help those dogs in need at the shelter. So it's just, it feels like a fun win-win all the way around. Now, I hate to have to like jump back to something, and I feel like we've had this conversation before, but Rachel, you're talking about those bundt cakes, and I can't really get past that yet, but have we said what our favorite bundt cake, nothing but cake flavor funds are? Like my favorite, you can never go wrong with their chocolate.
No.
Of course, the red velvet, and it used to be called white chocolate that they had but now they just call it maybe vanilla, but that with the raspberry in it too. I like the variety box with all the different ones are so good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that white chocolate raspberry, whatever they call it, because that's delicious. Mm-hmm. If you go seasonal, maybe you get a pumpkin.
They do have those, the seasonal ones.
The holidays, which is delightful. And then the chocolate with the chocolate chips, because chocolate just wasn't enough. You gotta amp that up. But I do love a bundt cake. And I always think of that scene in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Where
it's a bundt. A what?
It's a bundt.
A bundt. Oh, a cake!
And she put a plant in the middle of it. She's like, I fixed it. it.
It's a cake. A cake. A boot.
Oh, so I think I may have to give a little hint to my kids of something that they may need to get me, and it may be round and tasty. Like you said, Rachel, you just can't go wrong with that. And you know what else you can't go wrong with? That is a quarantine confessional for Mother's Day. I'm looking forward to this one, Rachel. Take it away.
Thank you, Deidre. And welcome to another installment, a Mother's Day installment of Quarantine Confessions. Come closer, closer, but not too close. Oh, definitely don't come too close today. My nails look terrible. But that's not important because I want to talk about one of the great joys of motherhood today, which is finding something that you love doing and sharing it with your children. Now, I have to admit that I have looked in awe at some of my very good friends who get to do things that they love and share that with their children. Deidre and the awesome entrepreneurial things that she's doing with Charlie. And don't even get me started on Laura and Michelle and her mother. And now Laura with her girls and sharing the gift of drama and song together. And so I have always held in the back of my head the possibility of getting to do that with my young son. You see, I love to sing. And I would be lying if I said that I hadn't maybe picked out a few duets, for me and my young son, Leo, to do down the road. Not immediately, but down the road, maybe a production of them all in the Night Visitors together. I don't know. It's in a workshop state, but it's come time for me to acknowledge the very small elephant in the room, which is my son's not a singer. He's not. He's not. There's so many things that he does well. He can identify a car from 100 yards away. He can, dance with some pretty sweet toddler dance moves, but he's just not going to be a singer. And I know you're asking, Rachel, he's not even 3 years old. How could you possibly know that? A mother knows. A mother knows. But you know what? At the end of the day, it really, really is okay. Because as I think back, one of the very best gifts that my mother ever gave me was unabashed, unconditional support of the things that I loved doing, which happened to be music and happened to be drama and whatever thing that might have also crept up that particular week. And it was such a joy to watch her share in my joy. And so as a mother on this Mother's Day, I can look forward to the times when Leo and I find whatever the magic thing that he loves is that we can do together. So whereas we may not win those mother-son Tonys after all, maybe, just maybe someday, I'll be the proudest mom in Cowboys Stadium at the Monster Truck Jamboree when Leo's crushing cars on the 50-yard line. And that is my quarantine confession.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And John, I don't know if you can show this picture, but of this little note that when my son was young, what he sent underneath the door one night. Yes, Mom, please stop singing. I can't sleep when you sing. So I'm glad at least he loves your voice, even if he decides to go with the monster trucks. Well, now it's time to take a little turn and head over to Laura and In the Spotlight. And she has a very special gift for us today. She's interviewing her mother. Take it away, Laura.
Today's In the Spotlight interview probably needs no introduction, but I will give a little bit of an introduction. I have known her for 45 and a half years. She is the heart and soul of RCT. Please welcome to our webcast, Deborah Carter. Hello.
Hello, Laura Allie.
Thanks for doing this, because I know you're not a camera person, so we appreciate you doing this today.
You are very welcome.
First of all, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do for those who are unaware?
Well, as you said, my name is Deborah Carter, and I am the Artistic Executive Director of Repertory Company Theater. I am also a mother of 2 girls, a mother-in-law to 2 boys, and I have 6 grandchildren, and I'm married to the ever inventive and the man who knows everything, Mike Carter.
I love that. So you actually became a mother at quite a young age, 25 or 26. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience of being a mother and a wife so early on?
Yes, I don't know that I would necessarily advise it because I feel like I've made mistakes, particularly when I was much younger as a mother. But I had my children very young, so that was quite lovely. And I feel like I grew up with them, which was kind of fun. And I've enjoyed every stage of their lives. And I know that being a mother, a young mother in particular, moving to Dallas, Texas, with my children being very young, and developing and creating a new business, plus being wife, plus being mom, with children in school, elementary school, high school, that type of thing. I couldn't have done it without my friends. I had a great group of friends who helped me a lot. We partnered a lot to help raise our children together. And it truly does take a village, particularly for working women.
That's very true. So you also have, you mentioned 6 grandchildren. What is it like to experience your children's children? You mentioned to me when I had my twins that when you first saw them being wheeled down, that it hit you like a wave kind of hit you. Can you kind of explain what it's like to experience your children's children?
It is, I was not prepared. I knew because I had a great relationship with my mother and my mother had a great relationship with her grandchildren that it was going to be something incredible. I knew that. And I was very excited to have my grandchildren. But I know particularly with the 2 twins, when they were first born, because they were my first grandchildren, I was not prepared for the wave of emotion that hit me, watching them being wheeled out of that operating room for you. So that was incredible. I have loved being a grandmother. I think there's nothing like it. And when people come to me and they have new grandchildren, I usually say to them, it's just not what you think. It is not what you think. It may be one of the most fun things you'll ever do. And the beauty of it is you get all the fun and no responsibility, none whatsoever. Let the sugar go.
What happens at Dee Dee's house stays at Dee Dee's house.
Mm-hmm.
So you also, you mentioned before that you had an incredible mother, which she was. My Mimi, she was an incredible lady. What advice did she give to you that you still use today as a mother?
I think she was, the older I get, the more I realize how blessed and lucky I was to have her as my mother. Growing up, I just knew her as my mother and I didn't realize how exceptional as a person she was. But now she's no longer with us. I realized how incredible she really was. And I thought about what are the 2 pieces of advice that she gave me. And one is she said over and over again, enjoy your children at every age. She said she's always enjoyed my sister and myself at every age, from little to adolescent to adults. And I have people who say to me, don't you wish they were young again? No, I've loved every single age and stage with you and your sister. But the other bit of advice that she gave me, which I know I've told you several times, never put anything in print that you don't want on the front page of the Wall Street Journal.
That's so true. I was just sitting here thinking about what advice, the pieces of advice that you have given me that stick with me. That, of course, is one. Never put anything in writing that you don't want on the front page of the newspaper, which is great advice. The other thing is hands wash. I literally, it's when I had babies and I had to change diapers and it was not pleasant. And you just said to me, it's not a big deal. Hands wash. So now whenever I'm doing anything, cleaning something, or I have to pick something up that's gross, I literally will mentally say, and sometimes vocally say, hands wash, hands wash. And then the other piece of advice that you gave me that I love is the do nothing option. Meaning when you don't know what to do in a situation, don't do anything. Take some time, marinate on it, then decide what you're going to do. Never, just the do nothing option is always great. So being a mother, of course, you mentioned, is an incredible gift. And so what advice have you given to your daughters, to us, about motherhood?
I thought about this because if anyone knows me, they know I'm a plethora of advice, solicited and unsolicited. But I think the major things I hope for you and for my grandchildren as well is that they instill patience, because patience is something I struggle with, but it's also something that can be an incredible asset in your life if you have patience. We always say in our family, family first, very important. Family is first before anything else, other than my third thing, which is faith. If you can pass faith on to your children, you've really helped them. You've given them the tools to face any challenges that life hits them with.
I completely agree with that. The mantras the two mantras that I give my daughters all the time, the big one is always be kind, kill with kindness, no matter what. In any situation, if you're kind, I feel like it can stop a fight. It can do anything. If you're kind to someone always, and it's a genuine kindness, that I just think it'll take you a long way. And then of course, as you mentioned, faith and walking with the Lord. When you don't know what to do, pray on it. And then that sometimes, most of the time, will kind of give you your answer.
It will.
Well, thank you for being on camera today. I know it's not your favorite thing, but I know you did
No,
it.
it isn't. But
I know you did it for me. It's a little Mother's Day gift for me, and I love you very much and appreciate you doing this. So thank you for being here. And now you can get off the camera and we'll move on with the show. Love you.
We'll go back to John. Take it, John.
Thank you so much, Laura and DC. It was wonderful to have you on this side of the camera for once. And I just cannot put it into words how much we love you and how grateful we are for you. You are kind of like a mother to all of us at the theater, and I just don't know what RCT would do without you. So great to see you today. All right, now it's time to head over to behind the scenes, where Laura gives us a little look at what's happening behind the curtain at RCT. Take it away, Laura.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. As Deidre said, a look behind the curtain at what we have going on here at RCT. You know, there is a lot that goes into planning and executing our summer musicals each year. We have to choose 3 great shows that have broad appeal that everyone's going to like. You have to cast those shows with our incredible top-notch talent from our company. Then you have to schedule, rehearse, build the sets, and then perform. So there's a lot going into that. This summer, we have chosen 3 completely different musicals for your viewing pleasure. The first one is Camelot, June 18th through the 27th, and it's a reworking of the classic musical, and it's brilliantly done. It's putting a sharp focus on the 3 main characters and transforming it into an intimate story of love, hope, and leadership. Camelot tickets are available online now. Then in July the 23rd through August 1st, we have Big Fish. If you've ever seen the movie, it's fantastic. This is a newer musical based on the movie, and it's also based on the celebrated novel by Daniel Wallace and the acclaimed film directed by Tim Burton. Big Fish is part Homer's Odyssey and part The Wizard of Oz. If you're looking for a heartwarming family musical, this is the one for you. And of course, tickets are on sale now. Then we have August 20th through the 29th. Did I mention The Wizard of Oz? Yes, I think I did. We have The Wizard of Oz coming in August, and it has a fresh new look on the beloved classic with an all-star cast. And there may be some sing-along aspects with some audience participation. So if you've seen The Wizard of Oz many, many times, this will be the same story, but it's going to have a lot of fun things going on to entertain you with this really heartwarming show. And it's great, of course, for the entire family. And tickets are on sale at the box office, and the box office number is 972-690-5029. We hope to see you this summer. Back to you, Deidre.
Hold up, Laura, did I hear you say something about a sing-along?
Yes, sing along. Mm-hmm.
I'm here for that.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's all up here, by the way. The whole show is up here. Now, DC is directing, but I am doing some music directing and choreography and the concept to kind of get that going. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I have a really fun concept to make it really fun. So we don't want to give anything away except for there's possibly a sing along and some audience participation. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
So exciting. I now my brain is spinning trying to think of the possibilities. I cannot wait for that. Well, ladies, we are at the end of our show. Episode 55 is almost about wrapped up. Mother's Day is tomorrow. Anyone have big plans?
I hope I do. As a mother, it is not my responsibility. It is the responsibility of those in my home to entertain. Now, they have been asking me questions stealthily, but not really, all week. If you had something from this store, what would you want it to be? You know, things like that. So I anticipate something to happen. So honestly, I'm simple. And so when it comes to stuff like that, so just being with them and doing something simple would make me happy.
And I am running a 5K with my mother tomorrow morning. Yes.
What?
There are bagels and mimosas at the end. So
that's
all will be worth it in the end.
Well, I'm literally doing the exact opposite of you, Rachel, because my request after I have lunch at his church, have lunch with my mother, my request is literally to be in bed for the rest of the day while my sons bring me food and tea.
It's a good Sunday, laying in the bed, watching TV, and no one making you not being in charge. I enjoy those Sundays.
That is my Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to both of you ladies, and happy Mother's Day to our mothers, moms. We love you, and to all of you who are watching, for those who are mothers and want to be mothers, who have lived and loved and lost, our hearts are with you tomorrow. We're so glad you took time to join us today. Until we can see you again, I am.
You are.
We are. RCT.
Deidre, are you in that point too, where literally when I pick something out to wear for this, I have to think, did I wear that on camera before? And I'm like trying not to repeat. And I'm like, we've done like 50 something shows.
Episodes.
It's hard to not repeat an outfit. Well, it's super red, but I
love
it is red.
Well, so that my horrible roots were not so. Abby did it. I was like, just do it.
Look, everybody wore their red and white. Man, I'm out. But look, I've got black, white, and red in my bag.
You have a red coffee maker. That was cute. Yeah.
Rachel, you're muted.
5.
Oh, we don't have to
There I am.
Now, you know what happens when you're muted? Laura makes all this fun of you, you know.
Which I deserve.
I just say what the person is saying while they're muted. I will just be there.
There we go.
Like a ventriloquist.
So Deidre, if you want to do a cute mom story there, you can, if you have something. Otherwise, no, you don't have to.
I have a cute mom story.
Oh God, no.
Okay, that sounds good. And then you're gonna pitch it to Michelle's clip, right? After that.
Yeah.
Here we go. In 5.
Wait, hold on.
4.
Where are we going?
Rachel.
I pick it up.
Rachel picks it up. Here we go. In 5. 4.
Hold on. Shh. Not you. This one.
Or Jordan.
Okay. Here we go.
You know, I went to a monster truck rally once, and on the way there, I couldn't understand why at every stop sign they were selling earplugs. I was like, why are they selling earplugs? And then we all went in high school and went in there, and it was so awful. We had to put napkins in our ears. I was like, that's why the earplugs. So when you go and see Leo on the 50-yard line, buy the earplugs from the man on the side of the street.
Rachel, could you fix your camera? It stuck up, and now we got the
It is so stuck up. You were such a stuck up.
It is the most uppity camera.
Oh,
don't even get me started.
So Sarah now wants to go to college, and she's either going to major in something child psychology, or she wants to major in investigative journalism.
I'm not gonna
Eating
lie, but that
everything.
butt cake thing, you'd laugh, but when I leave here, guess where I'm going? Because that's all I have in my mind.
It's
all I have in my mind.
Oh,
It's like right
a
by my house.
variety box would
Maybe
be so
All
good.
I have in my mind right now.
I want to talk to your mom.
Okay, that's funny.